Hello guys, Sparrow here, and welcome back to more of my week number whatever with a college degree. It is week 7 of having a college degree, and this is a interesting week, I should say. You know, obviously the usual. I should just get out the way before I get to the interesting part. College is doing great, keeping up with everything. Chemistry is obviously hard, but I'm doing really well. Even though I'm working, I should say, I still have a job, I still work, but only on the weekends. Even if I only get a couple of shifts, that's still good. And then, as of recently, from as of this recording, it's Wednesday. So from Sunday to Thursday, I know this is technically the week prior to that, but honestly, nothing really happened except, just making more friends and me being me. But I wanted to include this recent part because it's something that has been on my mind, and I'd rather include it. I guess I should call this week 7 and week 8.5 or something like that. I don't know. Maybe I'll go back to doing double vlogs because honestly, I think that gives more content and more stuff for people to look at. Might be what I do. But as of recently, from this last Sunday to Wednesday, and the dates will be right there, I, for the first time, ever really, at least from my knowledge, I may have been doing this before, but I was by myself in my house. Like I said, as I've mentioned, I live with family. I live with my sisters, my mom and dad, and they had to go on some trip to another state that I'll not get into because it's personal information. But I had to watch the house essentially. This big old house by myself with just me and my dog, which I'll post a picture right here. His name is Bruno. He's very cute. He's only 8 year old. He's a little shit sometimes, but he's a baby. What can you do? But essentially, I was by myself just watching the house, and I still had to go to class and stuff like that for college, but it's every 13-year-old's dream. Like, hell yeah! Like, I have the whole place to myself. I can play video games all night, watch whatever movies I want, eat whatever I want. Yeah. And I guess when I first heard about it, I was just like, oh, okay, I'll do that. I'll watch the house while the family's gone. The first day was pretty chill, but then the second day hit, and things changed, man. I remember when I was in high school, it'd be awesome if I even had the house to myself for like a couple hours. I'd be like dancing, whatnot, playing all the video games and eating whatever I want. But now it's just, I don't like that anymore. Honestly, with the 4 days that they were gone, I honestly really miss them. I mean, the first day was like, oh, cool, whatever. But then the second day, I was just like, damn, I just feel so empty. It's just me and my thoughts and my dog. And I don't know. I was going on a VR chat. I just felt so alone, not just physically, but like mentally. I guess the way I can describe it is like, I might have mentioned one of my last vlogs, probably week 6, I believe, or week 5, how sometimes you just feel lonely when you're surrounded by a bunch of people. It felt like that even when I was truly by myself, I guess, which is, I know, obvious, but it's just like, I also just want more socialization than anything, like a friend to game with and chat with on Discord or something like that, And I guess back in high school, I kind of had that a little bit. I had people to hang out with. I had someone I was dating I could have done that with. And I don't know if I either took it for granted or I never really took advantage of it. my brain's a bit scatterbrained, but now I just, I'm older, some of my friends I knew have moved on. Not for me, but just moved on in life, went to college and stuff, moved out of state. And yeah, making friends in this wonderful place, especially to those who are sad to you are. Sometimes I feel alone sometimes. Like you guys know me as, J Sparrow, the crocodile, Gator, think of the jiggy. You think that I have a nice, I live with my family, I have a dog, I live in a nice place, You think it'd be happy, and I am, I'm grateful that I'm in a better spot than a lot of people out there, which I can only wish the best for those who are suffering, who are in not as great spot as I am in life. But I don't know, I guess I just really need, not just friends, or I should say acquaintances, where I just know them just because I just know them. I want like a true friend that I can hang out with and I can, play games with, How would it be like high school? I guess right now I really don't have that. Like I know people. I still am in contact. I still am in contact with my friends from like elementary school. They're busy, they have lives, and so does everyone else. It just sucks to me, I guess. It's like it's just weird. Like the one time I want to finally, like branch out, like finally do the things that I wish I could have done when I was in high school. I'm doing it now. By the time I'm doing it, it's like, oh, I'm busy or I have a life. It's like they can't be. It's not like they just are going to school or something. People have jobs and people have things to do, or people are going through a situation. They have to focus on that. And it's just, I don't know. I guess to me, I guess it's just something that bothers me a little bit. Yeah, I guess in summer, I had a lot to think about these last week, the last 4 days, I guess. Honestly, leading up to the whole me being the man of the house kind of deal for 4 days, I thought I was excited for it, but honestly, I think I was dreading it. Like I didn't want to be here. Like I didn't mean like maybe like like my dad being here, sure, or something like that. Because usually me and him would go to the gym or something like that, which is fine. At least I have some socialization. Honestly, I just hate being by myself for those 4 days. I'm honestly super fucking glad they're back. Yeah, I acted like, I was all good and stuff like that. Like, oh, yeah, I was watching the dog, I was cool, I was playing games, college. But honestly, like in here, and my friends, at least if they were here to say they could, at least the ones I was telling us about, they could back me up, but I was not too hot, I guess. I guess the message to take away from this is like, if you have friends, if you're in a place where like you're able to still hang out with your friends and make memories and stuff, I guess cherish it, please. Cherish the time you have with people, because you never know if they'll be gone, if they'll move on, if they'll go away, or if you go into another stage of life to where you're like, oh shoot, I have no time to do that anymore. Why I couldn't establish friends when I was younger? But I guess here I am. And I know it's like, well, it's in your VRC ball, you're 19, we have time. I know, sometimes I know I'm supposed to move on from my past and accept it, but now here I am, the person I am for what I did back then, And I am doing my best to open up and stuff, but it's just kind of hard when the people I meet are already established or in cliques and groups, stuff like that. I fell a few friends, I guess, in here along the way. I shouldn't say I guess, I definitely have. But that's out of all the like hundreds of people I met every month, So it just, I guess what I really am looking for is a best friend, I guess. I have friends, but you know, you know what I'm talking about. The one they always portray in TV shows and stuff. You know, the ones where you know they're there for you no matter what. They're ride or die. And I honestly never really had a best friend. Maybe at one point, but then that best friend ended up introducing me to a whole another group of friends, and then we all just became just regular friends. If we're talking about the best friend that you always see in movies, where like they're there for you no matter what, which they should be. Like that one person they've known for so long. I honestly have never had that, and it's hard for me to find one now because you know everyone's older and it's things are established. You know, it's like I've mentioned this earlier. The one time I'm finally trying to like socialize and like introduce myself, people are already in their cliques and groups and things that I don't really fit in, I guess. I apologize if this vlog is more of a sadder one, but I did say I'd be honest about my thoughts. And right now, I guess it's a bit of a not a battle, but more of a journey for me. So I guess the journey took a different turn. But now that I'll be okay, and I'll find some friends along the way. I mean, I explored and I found this wonderful place. If I can do that, then I can definitely find some friends. But other than that, you know, I think I'll be okay. I'll be doing alright. And for those who are like, no, I'm not in some like dark, deep thought type of thing of like, you know what? No, I'm just, you know, I'm discovering things about myself and I'm going on a journey. And, you know, I ain't always cupcakes and rainbows. I mean, this is, I guess, part of it. It sucks because I don't like being negative and sad, but I do like being honest, and I'd rather tell you all that, hey, you know, like Sparrow ain't always the happy Croc Gator. Sometimes they're sad, sometimes they ain't okay, but that's okay. I'll get through it, and I'll get through it not only for y'all, but for me especially, because I have a long way to go to accomplish my dreams and all. But sad note, deep thought, provoking thing aside, I do appreciate people that watch this and listen, and not even those that just comment, but for the friends that respond to me and tell me what they thought of the video. I appreciate your feedback. I thank you guys for watching. Once again, this is week 7/week 8. I don't know if I'll make that the title, but I'll figure it out. As always, you guys have a wonderful day. Stay sexy. Bye-bye.
Hello guys, Sparrow here, and welcome back to week 8? Yes, week 8 of having a college degree. It is I, you know, Sparrow, the crocodile gator thing. I'm technically a crocodile, but people call me a gator, so like, close enough. I'm in this nice little campfire ambiance thing, and in the last vlog you just saw, I was talking about, you know, just a regular thing, and then I kind of got into a deep personal thing of mine, talking about like how sometimes you can feel alone even when you're surrounded by people, and distilling into a lot of my not dark thoughts, but like just things I've been feeling about. Because I mean, like, I can be looking great on the outside, but on the inside is a different story. And don't worry, I'm not like going down like the dark like path of you know what. I'm doing fine. I'm just figuring things out. I'm 19, you know, like just figuring things out in here and also on the outside. But recently, kind of speaking on that topic, I recently have been listening to just lots of music from all sorts of artists, like, you know, Michael Jackson and this guy, I forget the person's name off the top of my head, you know. Michael Jackson being one of my favorite artists, but a lot of the songs I've been listening to, I guess, are more of the mature tracks. Because, like, everyone likes the pop tracks and the ones that make you boogie, you know, dance. But I've been listening to a lot of tracks where it's like the lyrics are deep and they're relatable and stuff. There's just one song I've been listening to, and the only reason it's kind of popular or it got popular was because it was sampled. If anyone's listened to I Wondered by Kanye, you might know what I'm talking about. I'm referring to this song called My Song by I think I might be pronouncing the name wrong. Labri Sifri. I'll put in the captions what it is. But yeah, it's a song where it's essentially, from my perspective, it's about how he's just a person singing their song to this one person, and no matter what happens, even in like the good times, the bad times, they'll just be singing no matter what. And it relates to me in a sort of way. I'm singing my tune, like being myself, being J Sparrow, being the person I am IRL. And I'm not singing it to a person, I'm just singing it to the world, singing it to my friends, and to even people that might be interested in me. Who knows? But I mean, as I've mentioned in the past, the world is crazy, and I want to spread my love, spread my affections, and just be myself. Because there's a lot of people out there who say they're good but end up being, I don't know, different behind the scenes and whatnot. I don't know, it's hard to trust anyone nowadays. Even me and my dad were actually talking about where, at least back when he grew up in like the 80s, like everyone was a reliable source. The news were like really reliable. Things were just different back then. It just, you could feel like even with some crazy stuff back then, you could still trust people. But now it's just like with technology and AI and I don't know, just the way how certain things are dystopian now, like cyberpunk-esque, or even cyberpunk-esque, or forget the visual novel, but I'll put it here. Like if y'all read the furry visual novel, you'll know what I'm talking about in that context. Or this game too, that's kind of on that. But I won't get much into it, but y'all would know what I'm talking about. But in a world like this, it's hard to find people who are genuinely good. Like there's some good influence in the world, like people who are genuinely good. One of them being, and I know people always talk about him because of the new movie, but Michael Jackson. I've heard things and all that, but I genuinely think that he was just, as I saw in a comment, that he was too special and misunderstood for this world because he was a great man, a great guy, and just had a great message. Which is why I really like his later albums, like History and Invincible. I think those are his best works. But I'm tailing off. Back to the song by Labri Sifri. That song, I was listening to it in the car just the other day, and it really hit home to me. And I realized that, like, I'm gonna be having these where some days I'm gonna be sad, some days I'm gonna be hyped up by a song, and I guess this is my way of showing my journey, going along the way. So, yeah. And I've been doing my thing, getting on this game and meeting people. I know I'm supposed to meet people IRL, but so far, I mean, even from online, it's just, I found a good, it's like if I've met 100 people that are in one instance, I found at least 3 people who vibe with me, actually agree with my ideals, with how I feel about, people and stuff like that, which I believe I've actually discussed in a past video, but yeah. Other than that, as per usual, college is doing great, work is alright, and I'm honestly decided to, I honestly haven't had I'll be honest about the Temptations Battle review video. I feel like with the way my schedule is, even if I do have some breaks, I want to kind of like wait until I have a big break. Like I want to wait till like I have an actual time to like put effort into it. I know the smart thing is to kind of just to do it in like things, but to me I never really felt productive that way, which is why next week, when a certain family member goes on a trip, I won't have to wake up so early, but I'll also have time to, if I can get up somewhat early, but not as early as I usually do, go and really hone in. I haven't even made the video yet. I'm still working on the script. Like, I just need to get the script done first for all 3 chapters, and then I'll work on the video. But yeah, and then I've seen the feedback from some of my art from my friends and stuff like that, and they like it. And I also showed my sister this piece right here, and she thought it was cool. So, shout out to you. Other than that, guess the main takeaway from this is listen to my song by Labrie Sifri. but on a more serious note, just for those that feel like, you know, they can't sing their song, I know it's hard to, at least with the way the world is. But sing your song, even if you're singing alone, as Mama Cass once said in Make Your Own Kind of Music, which is this song. I can't really sing it or else YouTube will copyright strike this video, but you know, the song about like how, you know, gotta make your own way, sing your own song, even if it's by yourself. Because who knows, maybe someone will be singing the same tune as you, or will even like the tune you're singing and change theirs. Not like intentionally, but like, you know what I mean. Like, all types of music and notes and stuff, they go together, so who knows. But yeah, that will be it for week 8 of having a college degree. I appreciate you guys being supportive of my videos, and I'm glad that people can understand, can at least relate to some of mine. There's this one guy, I forget his name. I'll probably put his channel and name his profile picture, right here. He actually also started doing like a vlog, I guess, where he just graduated, and he's doing his own vlogs on VRChat too, which is kind of funny. I'm not saying like he's copying me or anything. No. I'm just saying it's just like great minds think alike, you know. Shout out to you, my man. You're cool, and your little vlogs I've been watching have been pretty cool too. But as always, you guys have a wonderful day, and stay sexy. Bye bye.